Hey guys, welcome back to Tree of Savior Online. This is more a little into the game than the first impression. So I'm on server Debuff if any of you want to actually join me, but if the if on release and the server name is going to be the same, I will be on that server if you want to join me. I do want to say the game is very heavily party based. Or well, it's not heavily party based, like you can still get through stuff solo, but partying helps much more in this game than soloing. And I'm a bit of a loner. I've only made like one friend on here, and even partying with one person, your life becomes so much easier in just killing stuff and leveling up and doing quests and everything. Like your quests get done about twice as fast because you all share the same objectives. Like your quests and whatever, everything all share the same objectives in a party, which is very cool. Right now I'm level 70. Level 70, I would still say I'm still a noob. Why that is, I think like even the first 100 levels, you're still a noob at this game. 100 levels in, you're probably not even like touching the surface of the game. Just look at this world map here. You got areas that are like 176, so I'm pretty sure the first 100 levels, you're just touching the surface of the game. On top of that, this is only like the bottom third of the map, of the world map. And afterwards, if I scroll up here, there's way more area to be covered. And I've also read that reports like max level will be 500 or 600 later on. And on top of that, there's also like your classes. Classes advance in a very interesting way. Every 15 class levels, you get to choose an advanced path, so that means everybody's very diverse. Right now, I went to Wizard and went Psychokino. I wanted to go all Psycho, but then I found out that there's a Chronomancer class later, and I'm going to be a Chrono class instead. And I wish I went triple Wizard instead of Psychokino, because Psychokino seems more like a class that works well with a Cryomancer beforehand, but I didn't choose that and I didn't know. And I wanted to play kind of like a support Wizard nuker. Not really a support healer, but like a support like buff and damage and damage negate. So right now my character is like with reflect shields and a very heavy finger dot. It's like my finger of death. It's pretty powerful. I'm actually really sick right now, guys. That's why I haven't had content out for a while. My feet is swollen. It's hurting like a hell, and I've barely had any sleep lately, except for today. I slept like a whole day away. Oh, arthritis, guys. So these are attributes. Attributes are kind of like permanent things that can buff your skills. They take time. Some of them take time to upgrade. Some of them cost a lot more silver as it goes. Something like Earthquake Enhance, for instance, I have it at level 26, so it costs about like 5,000 silvers a level. And it goes up to, I think, level 100, so it's going to take me a while to max that out. I'm going to just upgrade my Reflect Shield to more. And my Reflect Shield, it blocks 6 times of 108 damage, and damage reflects 108 damage per hit. So some of the things aren't very clear. There were some things I had to learn by myself and from other players. Some of the other things I learned from the other players were that my lethargy enables my Earthquake to strike a second time. So that's something I didn't know. Same with like, there's like certain things that I just don't know about. You have to play the game. The translations aren't fully complete, so some of these things you have to figure out on your own. In terms of monsters, there's a lot of monsters in this game. Like, there's no way you will find it all within. I got to level 70 in about 4 days, so you can get to level 70 pretty fast. There's also a thing about leveling up. If you get your EXP, so the other thing is about leveling, guys. So leveling is very strange in this game. There are certain monsters that are glowing blue that are blessed, and they'll give you about like 1,000 times in one kill if you find them. They're like lucky mobs. There's certain lucky mobs that spawn here and there. Some of them give mass amount of jackpot drops. Others are just, you know, bonus crazy EXP. And then from doing quests, you get EXP cards rather than EXP itself. You get these cards and you can use it whenever you want to grant yourself the EXP. What I did was that I used them too early, and I figured I didn't really think that far ahead. And then now I'm kind of leveling pretty slowly. So, one thing to do is, like, in the early levels, you want to hold all your cards until you reach maybe about 65 or 70, and then once you're at 70, you use all the cards and boost yourself to level 75. So you skip, like, all those 5 levels. The gear comes in 15, 40, and 75. They're very large gaps apart, so... And, like, you get 1 stat per level. This is why there's, like, 500 levels. Because your level doesn't really mean too much other than that it's a prerequisite for quests. But grinding is actually really, really quick in the early levels. So, for instance, when I was level 47, I grinded Tenant Garden, a level 35 area. I grinded that from 47 to 50 in about 15 minutes. So, in 15 minutes, I gained 3 levels in that area. And then that's when I realized I was like, oh, I should hold these EXP cards until I actually need to use them. And now, like, my leveling is pretty slow. I get 0.2% per kill, which isn't too bad. It's actually, like, the number may be small, but if you find, like, but I'm killing these mobs in, like, 2 or 3 spells, so you find, like, a mob of them, I just kill, like, 7 at a time. That's actually about, like, 1 or 2%. It's actually not that long. And then what I do with a Psychokino is that I just grab them all together and then I use this attack called Psychic Pressure. It drains my mana by a percentage, so Psychokino is actually pretty SP heavy. It's very hard to recover SP in this game unless you're like chugging pots like crazy or sitting on bonfires a lot. But that skill also destroys everything too for me. Even bosses. Bosses, it's like I just need to let the finger go for like 2 bars of SP and the boss is dead. So... I don't know. Psyche? And then there's some more like crowd control with the Psychokino skills. This is only the first rank in advancement. So every rank in a particular class, a class can rank 3 times, and then you can only rank it once every 15 class levels down here on the bottom right, the green bar. So once that reaches 15, you can advance to another class. And some new classes may unlock when you reach a certain tier, and then yeah, you get like either new skills or whatever. But whichever class you're advancing to, you're basically investing 15 points into it because that's how many levels it takes before you can advance again. Currently, the closed beta test, the max level is 200 for just character level. A few people have reached there, so it took them about 2 or 3 weeks to get there. So that's how long it's probably going to take you to get to level 200 if you play like a madman. This is what I do. I just generally just gather a bunch of mobs. And then I just like use my finger assault. Basketball, baby. So that's one thing I like about the Psychokino. You get telekinesis. In the further ranks, if you rank up Psychokino, you get more slams with a telekinesis. It goes up to like 8 times at max level or something. That's freaking long. And you might be thinking like, oh, when will I ever slam an enemy 8 times before they're dead, right? Dungeon monsters is one of them. Dungeons take forever. And the mobs have significantly way more HP than anything else. You always want to do that with a party. If you're soloing it, you might just be wasting your own time. There's a party here that's open. So sometimes people have public parties open there, and then I don't know if they accepted me, or they just all AFK, I don't know. They're nearby here somewhere, so... Oh, it's this party right here, the party leaders are here. So these are just like people's parties in the vicinity, like in the map that you're in. And I don't know why this guy is, he's probably AFK. I'm at 24%, so that was about 3%, and I've just been running around. Not actually really focusing on killing stuff. I should be. God, my shield. I'm trying to play this character as more of a support in terms of like battles, so it's a lot of knockdown, a lot of AoE, a lot of debuffs. You can debuff enemies like that. completely miss. Knock down like this. And just poke him on the floor. And you're all dead. And then shield. The shield actually prevents the psychic pressure from being cancelled. So if you're actually going into a Psychokino class, make sure you upgrade your reflect shield while the shield is active. Your psychic pressure actually doesn't get disrupted unless you actually get hit by a knockdown attack or something like that. But like from regular attacks, generally regular attacks interrupt your casts. But with a shield on, it doesn't interrupt it, so. What level are these things? Oh, they're level 68. These are actually just grind over here. I didn't know these guys were actually level 68. I have like no mana. Oh. And then lethargy these 4 guys here. Earthquake. Crazy damage. So overall, I think there's a few other things I haven't tried out yet. The friend that I met on here and partied with a lot, we partied together for like almost 30-40 levels together, and that's how it got kind of crazy. Like, partying is very, very essential. It's something you shouldn't like ignore in this game. Like, this game isn't meant to be solo. If you can solo it, it's just going to be a lot slower than if you party. So, one thing I forgot to show is, there's one thing I don't know how to play with yet right now, is actually these cards. You can card battle people in the game. I don't actually have any participants, so... I mean, if any of you want to card battle me, go right ahead. I don't care about losing, I actually just want to play it and try it. So, and then weapons, enhancement, and other things. Like, if I wanted to get to level 71 right now, I could just eat some of these cards. Like, that gives me like 10%, so I'm gonna eat it to 71. There, I'm level 71 now. Do I want more spirit or do I want more int? More of a support class too. If I put points into spirit, it actually increases my reflect shield damage. And I also get more SP, which is useful. So this is this blocks 110 damage now, which is very nice. It improves it by 1 point per spirit, so this shield I think is really OP. It's especially like in a party. It's party-wide buff, so 6 times. So 6 times 110. That's how much damage is going to be blocked and returned to the enemy as well. So the damage reflection doesn't work. Like if they do 1 damage to you, they're still going to take 110 damage. And if they do over 110 damage to you, it'll negate 110 damage from that over damage that you're going to take. So that's the mechanics are a little like it's different from what it says. So the description isn't very descriptive, I would say. Like it doesn't really, it's not entirely transparent. You have to play enough to actually know what's going on. Alright guys, so that's this little bit here on Tree of Savior. It's just a bit further in. I would still say I'm a very noob at this game because I still have no idea what the late game is like. And I wouldn't know because I don't even know how to level properly. Oh, that thing resisted my... Oh. Well, these guys don't do any damage to me. Well, it's because I have a lot of magic defense. My magic defense is through the roof. Oh, it got disrupted. So that's what I mean by like, you want the shield on before using this. Because the cooldown's like 30 seconds. It's like forever. Also, there's one thing that, one last thing here is that I notice a lot of wizards, they don't jump shoot. Jump shooting is like crazy strong. I don't know why. Like, it's almost double the attack speed if you practice jump shooting. And you get to move while you're shooting too. And there's like no delay. Whereas if you just shoot on the floor, this is how slow it is. Versus if you jump shot. You notice it's almost like twice as fast. It's a bit more extra work, but I mean, your attack rate goes up like almost double. Just the little things I always notice. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm TrendedSex, and I hope you'll look forward to more Fear of Savior videos and other videos of other games. So, thanks so much for watching. Bye bye for now.